Well, you all have heard the story of the mighty Casey's fall. How when every fan in Mudville looked to him to swat the ball, he failed to touch the spheroid, and his team was put to rout simply because Casey had so miserably struck out. Oh, there were saddened hearts in Mudville. For a week, or even more, there were muttered oaths, curses. Every fan in town was sore. "Just think," said one, "how soft it looked with Casey at the bat. And then to think he'd go and pull a bush league trick like that." All his past fame was forgotten. He was now a hopeless shine. They called him Strikeout Casey, from the mayor all down the line, and when he strode to the plate each day, his big chest heaved a sigh, while this look of hopeless fury shone in mighty Casey's eye. He pondered in the days gone by that he had been their king, that when he strode up to the plate, they made the welkin ring. But now his nerve had vanished, for when he heard them hoot, he fanned or he popped out daily, like some minor league recruit. He soon began to sulk and loaf. His batting eye went lame. No home runs on the scorecard now were etched against his name. The fans, without exception, gave the manager no peace, for one and all kept clamoring for Casey's quick release. Well, the Mudville squad began to slump. The team was in the air. Their playing went from bad to worse. But nobody seemed to care. "Back to the woods with Casey!" came the cry from Rooters Row. "Get someone who can hit the ball!" Or, "Let that big bum go!" Well, the lane is long, someone has said, that never turns again. And fate, though fickle, often gives another chance to men. Casey only smiled. His rugged face no longer wore a frown, for the pitcher who had started all this trouble had come to town. Oh, all Mudville had assembled. 10,000 fans had come to see the twirler who had put big Casey on the bum. And when he stepped into the box, the multitude went wild. He doffed his cap in proud disdain. Casey only smiled. "Play ball," the umpire's voice rang out, and then the game began. But in that throng of thousands, there was not a single fan who thought that Mudville had a chance. And with the setting sun, their hopes sank low. The rival team was leading 4-1. The last half of the ninth came round with no change in the score, but when the first man up hit safe, the crowd began to roar. The din increased. The echo of 10,000 shouts was heard when the pitcher hit the second and gave 4 balls to the third. 3 men on base, nobody out, 3 runs to tie the game. A triple meant the highest niche in Mudville's Hall of Fame. But here the rally ended, and the gloom was deep as night, when the fourth one fouled to the catcher and the fifth flew out to right. This dismal groan in chorus came, and a scowl was on each face when Casey walked up, bat in hand, and slowly took his place. His bloodshot eyes in fury gleamed, and his teeth were clenched in hate. He gave his cap a vicious hook, and he pounded on the plate. But fame is fleeting as the wind, and glory fades away. There were no wild and woolly cheers, no glad acclaim this day. They hissed, and they groaned, and they hooted, and they clamored, "Strike him out!" Casey gave no outward sign that he had heard this shout. The pitcher smiled, and he cut one loose, and across the plate it sped. Another hiss, another groan. "Strike one," the umpire said. Zip! Like a shot, the second curve broke just below the knee. "Strike two," the umpire roared loud. Casey made no plea. Oh, there was no roasting for the umpire now. His was an easy lot. But here, the pitcher whirled again. Was that a rifle shot? A whack, a crack, and out through space the leather pellet flew, a blot against the distant sky, a speck against the blue. Over the fence in center field in rapid whirling flight, the sphere sailed on. The blot grew dim and then was lost to sight. 10,000 hats were thrown into the air. 10,000 threw a fit. But nobody ever found the ball that mighty Casey hit. Somewhere in this favored land, dark clouds may hide the sun. Somewhere bands no longer play, and children have no fun. And somewhere over blighted lives, there hangs a heavy pall. But Mudville's hearts are happy now, for Casey hit the ball.